Chemical properties of isocyanates. Isocyanates general formula is NC. R and C, that isocyanates react with mercuric oxide HgO. Mercuric, what is the oxidation state of mercuric oxide? Hg plus 2. Then it's converted into R N double bond C double bond O. Isocyanates. Alkyl isocyanate is the product. Alkyl isocyanates along with that byproduct is Hg2O. See, the same alkyl isocyanates also possible when they react with isocyanates react with ozone. Rn double bond C double bond O is called alkyl isocyanates plus O2. See, these isocyanates are very harmful. These isocyanates only released in Bhopal gas tragedy. For example, this R equal to CH3. Methyl isocyanate. This methyl isocyanate reacts with ozone, RHG2O, produce CH3, N double bond C double bond O. Methyl isocyanate. This shortcutting is MIC. Bhopal gas tragedy gas. Sorry, Bhopal gas. In that Bhopal gas tragedy, MIC gas is released in 1984 December, in the month of December. So MIC is called Bhopal gas tragedy. Is also called Bhopal gas. MIC, methyl isocyanate. It's very important, but this chemical property is very important. Or sometimes among the following, which is the correct formula or structure of methyl isocyanate, or among the following, which is Bhopal gas tragedy. Bhopal gas tragedy. So methyl isocyanate means cyanides, isocyanates, when they react with ozone or H2O, mercurous oxide, converted into alkyl isocyanates. Methyl isocyanate is called Bhopal gas tragedy. It is very harmful. We know very well how much big chemical tragedy in India. That is the first chemical tragedy in India, and a very big disaster. Means that methyl isocyanate gas is entered into the atmospheric air, and for inhaled that, so many people are died and so many people lost their eye vision. Okay, and somebody are facing cancer or skin diseases. So many problems are arising. Still, so many people are suffering with this methyl isocyanate gas. That's why it is very harmful. Isocyanates and cyanides are very harmful. Okay. Next, one more important chemical property is RNC react with sulfur, acid, rhombic sulfur. N double bond C double bond S in this oxygen plus sulfur came. Methyl thioisocyanate or alkyl thioisocyanate. Alkyl thioisocyanate is the product. Okay. And one more chemical property, when they react with chlorine, they produce N-alkyl amines. Alkyl substituted, N double bond C is present means amines. Then it is having two chlorines of the substance. Okay, like this product is forming. Okay, these are the important other chemical properties of isocyanates. In that, methyl isocyanate formation is very important. Okay, then nitrogen containing compounds. The chapter is completed. Now the next chapter means organic chemistry is over. Part 2 textbook is over. Now we discuss about the inorganic chemistry. Okay. D and F block elements. D and F block elements. It's very important, man. Compulsory in board examination, 1 3 marks question is coming and 2 marks question and 1 mark question. Total 6 marks weightage is present for this chapter in board examination. For JEE and NEET examination, 1 question guarantee. 1 question guarantee for JEE and NEET. 1 or 2 questions in CET exam. Okay, this is very important. Transition elements means D block elements and as well as F block elements. That's a total periodic table after completion of our second year or second PUC syllabus. In first PUC S and P block elements, there we are discussed about 13th and 14th group we are discussing. Now in second PUC, remaining 14th, 15th group, 16th, 17th and 18th group elements. Along that D and F block elements also we are learning. So means total 118 elements we need to learn. 118 elements in their group wise, their properties we need to learn. Their properties means physical properties as well as chemical properties also important. Physical as well as chemical properties both are very important. See, first we will discuss about the D block elements. What are the D block elements? What are the D block elements, man? The D block elements is nothing but the elements. The elements in which differentiating are last or valence electrons. Valence electrons enters into n-1 d orbitals. n-1 d orbitals called as D block elements. Called as a D block elements. Generally D block elements means what, man? The last electrons are valence electrons are differentiating electrons. The differentiating electrons means last single electrons. If they enters into the d orbitals or n-1 d orbitals are called D block elements. The same already in periodic classification of element there only we are discussed it. Based on the differentiating electrons or last electrons entering into the orbitals. If they are entering into the s orbital, those are called s block elements. If they are entering into the p orbitals, those are called p block elements. If they are entering into the d orbitals or n-1 d orbitals are called as d block elements. If they are entering into the f orbitals are called as f block elements. So based on the differentiating electron, the elements are classified into 4 blocks: S block, P block, D block, and F block elements. Out of that, we need to discuss about D block elements. So d block elements mean the differentiating electron enters into the n minus 1 d orbitals are called as d block elements. Called as a d block elements. Okay. Let's see general electronic configuration. General electronic configuration of d block. Of d block elements. What is the general electronic configuration of d block elements? N minus 1d 1 to 10 ns 1 to 2 ns 1 to 2 known as d block elements. Are ns 1 to 2 are 0 also, ns 0 also, ns 0 or 1 to 2. Sometimes in ns there is no electron, the electrons are jumps into the n minus 1 d orbitals. That's why n minus 1d 1 to 10 ns 0 or 1 to 2 is the general electronic configuration of d block elements. But in your textbooks they are giving n minus 1d 1 to 10 ns 1 to 2 only they are giving, but sometimes 0 also possible. So this is the general electronic configuration of d block elements. Now see, the d block elements are called the d block elements. The d block elements are also called transition elements. Transition elements. So why the d block elements we are calling as transition elements? Because the d block elements are present in between the s and p block elements. While you are observing the periodic table chart, where the d block, what is the position of d block elements? The d block elements are present in the middle, in between the s and p block elements. The right side p block elements are present, left side s block elements are present, in the middle d block elements are present. And because why we are calling as why they are middle present, because the properties of d block elements are intermediates between the s and p block elements, because the properties of d block elements are the intermediate between s and p block elements. S and p block elements. That's why the d block elements also we are calling as transition elements. The d block elements also we are calling as a transition elements. Let's see what are the transition elements. Transition elements means, see, all d block elements are not belongs to transition elements. So transition elements having some specific definition is present. What is the definition for transition elements? Generally, what are the d block elements belongs to transition elements. So according to that concept, transition elements have one definition is present. What is the transition elements are generally, which elements are called transition elements means the partial fluid. The partial or incomplete fluid. Incompletely filled n minus 1d incompletely filled n minus 1d orbitals minus 1d orbitals called as n minus 1d orbitals in atomic state. Atomic state or in common ionic state or in common oxidation state. Common ionic state or oxidation state. What is the common oxidation state of transition elements or d block elements generally? +2. Transition elements or d block elements common oxidation state is +2. Either in +2 oxidation state or in atomic state. Mean atomic state means there is no charge. There is no charge. Means copper, there is no charge. But copper +2 have +2 oxidation state is present. That is common oxidation state. Either in common oxidation state or in atomic state, they must contain incompletely filled or partially filled n minus 1d orbitals are required. Such type of elements or such type of d block elements are called transition elements. Are called transition elements. Okay, so this is the definition for transition elements. So according to this definition, all d block elements are not belongs to transition elements, and all transition elements are belongs to d block elements. All transition elements are belongs to d block elements. Let's see. Therefore, all d block elements are not belongs to transition elements. Belongs to transition elements, but all transition elements are belongs to d block. Okay. Next, what are the elements does not belongs to transition elements? In d block elements, except zinc, cadmium, and mercury. In d block elements, except zinc, cadmium, and mercury. Except zinc, cadmium, and mercury, all are belongs to transition elements. All are belongs to transition elements. All are belongs to transition elements. Why zinc, cadmium, and mercury does not belongs to transition elements? Because zinc, cadmium, and mercury has completely filled n-1d has completely filled n-1d electronic configuration. electronic configuration in atomic state as well as in plus 2 ionic state, as well as in plus 2 ionic state. For example, Zn plus 2. What is the electronic configuration of Zn plus 2? 3d10. Okay, na? So 3d10. What is the electronic configuration of Zn? Zn zinc Z equal to 30. Its complete electronic configuration is, the last cell electronic configuration is 3d10 4s2. So either in atomic state is completely filled or in plus 2 ionic state also completely filled electronic configuration is present. Completely filled n-1d orbitals are present. Completely filled n-1d orbitals are present. That's why zinc, cadmium and mercury are belongs to only d block elements but not belongs to transition elements, So according to this statement, what is the general electronic configuration of transition elements? General electronic configuration of transition elements is n-1d, 1 to 9 only, not 10, 1 to 9. Ns either 0 or 1 to 2. Either 0 or 1 to 2. Ns 0 also no problem. For example, copper plus 2. Copper plus 2, it is a common oxidation state of copper is copper plus 2. Then its general electronic configuration is 3d9. 4s0. Means Ns0 is present. So generally D block elements, which D block? The D block elements either in atomic state or in common oxidation state, they have partially filled n-1d electronic configuration is present. Means n-1d electrons are must should be partially filled or incompletely filled. Those atoms or ions are called, those atoms or ions of D block elements are called transition elements. That's why transition element general electronic configuration is n-1d 1 to 9, ns0 or 1 to 2, ns0 or 1 to 2. But what is the general electronic configuration of D block elements? D block elements is here n-1d 1 to 10. Don't confuse whether they are asking transition element general electronic configuration or D block elements and general electronic configuration they are asking. You have to keep it in your mind because it is very important for objective exams. In objective exams they are asking what is among the following which is correct representation of general electronic configuration of transition elements or which is correct representation of general electronic configuration of D block elements they are asking. So in that case it is very important. So don't confuse. So transition elements means the elements are the D block elements either in atomic state or in common oxidation state which are having partially filled d electronic configuration or n-1d orbitals are must should be incompletely filled or partially filled electronic configuration containing atoms or ions in common oxidation state. Those are called transition elements. Those are called transition elements. That is the difference between the transition elements and as well as D block elements. Okay, clear for all? Now let's see. Observe once again. Okay, students. Everyone subscribe our YouTube channel. Huh? Today I will check who are subscribed or not. Okay, now D block elements. Generally, D block elements are classified into how many series? D block elements classified or maybe exist into four series. Exist into four series. What are those? That is 3D, 4D, 5D, and 6D series. So they exist into four series exist present in the four periods. 3D belongs to fourth period. 5D belongs to fifth period. Sorry, 4D belongs to fifth period. 5D belongs to sixth period. 6D belongs to seventh period. 6D belongs to seventh period. However, seventh period is incomplete period. That's why 6D series is incomplete. Is not completely filled. Okay, so they exist in four series: 3D, 4D, 5D, and 6D series. Let's see what are those elements. 3D series. 3D series starts from Z equal to 21. Scandium, titanium. 3D series very important ma. For all 3D series elements we need to remember in our mind, and their electronic configuration, atomic state electronic configurations and ionic state electronic configurations all are very important for board examination and for solving objective exams. Okay. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, ferrous, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. 21, Z equal to 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 cobalt, nickel 28, and copper 29, and zinc 13. What is the general electronic configuration of 3D series? 3D series general electronic configuration is before noble gas electronic configuration: argon 3D 1 to 10, 4s 1 to 2, 4s 1 to 2. Okay, that is the general electronic configuration of 3D series. Means argon 3D1 4s2 scandium, 3D2 4s2 titanium, 3D3 4s2, 3D2 3D3 4s2 vanadium, chromium exceptional electronic configuration 3D5 4s1, 3D5 4s2 manganese, 6-2, 7-2, 8-2, 10-1, 10-2. Means 10-2 means what? 3D10 4s2, 3D10 4s2. So like that we need to remember the electronic configurations of 3D series elements. They are very important. Chromium electronic configuration as well as copper electronic configuration in atomic state, because it is exceptional electronic configuration or abnormal electronic configuration. Okay, clear students? Now let's see 3D series, 4D series. So 3D series you have to remember horizontally. 3D series belong present in fourth period. 4D series present in fifth period. Next, 5D series present in 6th period, and 6D series present in 7th period. So first 3D series wise only you have to remember. The remaining you have to remember in group wise: scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, and actinium. Scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, and actinium. Titanium, zirconium, hafnium, and rutherfordium. Vanadium, niobium, tantalum, and rubidium, Db. Chromium, molybdenum, tungsten. Manganese, technetium, rhenium. Ferrous, ruthenium, osmium. Cobalt, rhodium, ferrous, ruthenium, ferrous, ruthenium, osmium. Cobalt, rhodium, and iridium. Nickel, palladium, platinum. Copper, silver, gold. Zinc, cadmium, and mercury. Mercury is liquid state metal. Mercury is liquid state metal. Their atomic number Z equal to 39, and cadmium 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. And lanthanum Z equal to 57, and hafnium Z equal to 72, sorry. Next 73, 74, up to Z equal to 80. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Next actinium Z equal to 89. Rutherfordium Z equal to 104. The middle F-log elements are coming. Lanthanum, cerium to lutetium, and thorium to lawrencium. F-log elements means 4F series and 5F series. F-log elements will come 14 plus 14. Next it is 105. It will continue like. Okay. This is the 3D, 4D, and 5D, 6D, 7D, 6D series elements. There is no 7D. Okay. 3D series belongs to 4th period, and 5D series 4D belongs to 5th, and 5D belongs to 6th, and 6D belongs to 7th period. Now let's see. Scandium belongs to. Scandium is also denoted as in Roman numbers 3rd B group. Means 3rd group. Actually, scandium is 3rd group. Is also denoted as 3rd B. The next one is 4th B, and 5th B, and 6th B. Manganese group is belongs to 7th B. Next, these three are called ferrous, cobalt, nickel group is called 8th B group. Next, copper is 1B. Then zinc is 2B. Like they given some Roman numbers. Okay. Let's see. Generally,